The kitchen clock ticked louder than it should have, each second slicing into the silence where my wife's laughter used to live. I stood frozen, clutching her phone, the screen glowing with words that carved a hole in my chest. He makes me feel alive. My hands shook as I read the message again, hoping it was a mistake, a dream, anything but the truth. But there it was, undeniable, sent to a number I didn't recognize. 2 years of raising her kids alone, of sleepless nights and endless sacrifices, and this was my reward, a knife in the heart from the woman I'd vowed to love forever. I'm David, a 38-year-old mechanic with calloused hands and a stubborn belief in second chances. My wife, Lauren, was my anchor, the one who made sense of the chaos. We'd been married 10 years, blending her 2 kids, Mia and Noah, from her first marriage into our life. I adopted them legally, loved them fiercely, even when their biological father faded into a ghost. Lauren worked late shifts as a nurse, her scrubs always wrinkled, her eyes tired but kind. Or so I thought. The last few months, though, she'd changed, distant, distracted, slipping away like sand through my fingers. That night, I hadn't meant to snoop. Lauren left her phone on the counter, buzzing with a notification as I washed dishes. Mia, 9, was asleep upstairs, clutching her stuffed bear. Noah, 6, had finally stopped asking when Mommy would tuck him in. I glanced at the screen, expecting a work text. Instead, I saw "I can't stop thinking about you" from Jay. My stomach lurched. I unlocked her phone. Her passcode was our anniversary, a detail that now felt like mockery, and scrolled through a thread that shattered my world. "You make me feel like I'm 20 again," Lauren had written. "David's so predictable. He's always there, but it's not enough." Jay's replies were worse, bold and possessive. "Leave him. You deserve more." My vision blurred, rage and grief colliding. I wanted to scream, to smash the phone, but the kids were upstairs. So I stood there, drowning in silence, the clock mocking my pain. The next morning, Lauren breezed in at 7 a.m., smelling faintly of lavender and something unfamiliar. Cologne, maybe. She kissed my cheek, her lips cold, and poured coffee like nothing had changed. "Rough night?" she asked, glancing at the bags under my eyes. "Something like that," I muttered, my voice tight. I watched her move, searching for cracks in her facade. Was her smile forced? Did her hands tremble? But she was flawless, chatting about work, asking about the kids' school projects. It was torture, her normalcy a slap to my face. I wanted to confront her, to demand answers, but the words stuck in my throat. What if she lied? What if she didn't? Days bled into weeks, and I became a detective in my own marriage. I checked her phone when she showered, memorized her schedule, even followed her once to the hospital parking lot. Nothing concrete, just fragments, a late-night call she took in the garage, a new perfume, a receipt for a wine bar I'd never been to. Each clue tightened the knot in my chest, but I couldn't stop. I needed proof, something to justify the war inside me. The kids noticed my distance. Mia stopped showing me her drawings, her brown eyes wary. Noah clung to me, asking, "Are you mad, Daddy?" I forced smiles, read bedtime stories, but my heart wasn't in it. I was unraveling, torn between love for them and hatred for their mother. Lauren, meanwhile, glowed. She hummed in the shower, bought new dresses, laughed too loudly at my jokes. Her happiness was a blade, twisting deeper with every glance. One evening, I couldn't take it anymore. The kids were at a sleepover, and Lauren was late, again. I sat in the dark living room, her phone in my hand, a new message from Jay. "Meet me at the lake house. 8 p.m. My pulse roared. I knew the place, a co-worker's cabin, an hour away. I grabbed my keys, heart pounding, unsure if I wanted to catch her or pray she wouldn't be there. The drive was a blur, rain smearing the windshield, my thoughts a tangle of fear and fury. What would I say? Would I beg her to stay? Punch him? Or just walk away? I parked a quarter-mile from the cabin, trudging through mud, the lake's chill biting my skin. Light spilled from the windows, and I crouched behind a pine, feeling like a stranger in my own life. Through the glass, I saw them. Lauren, her hair loose, laughing as she poured wine. Him, tall, lean, maybe 40, with a smug grin. They sat close, her hand on his arm, There is a punch to my gut. I waited, breath ragged, for something to break me fully. It came when she leaned in, kissing him, slow and deliberate, like she hadn't kissed me in years. I don't remember walking back to the car. I drove home, numb, the image seared into my brain. At 2 a.m., Lauren slipped into bed, whispering, "Sorry, work was crazy." I lay still, her liar weight on my chest. The next morning, I called in sick, dropped the kids at school, and waited for her to wake. She found me in the kitchen, coffee untouched. "You okay?" she asked, frowning. "Who's Jay?" I said, my voice low, steady despite the storm inside. Her face paled, just for a second, before she laughed. "What? Jay? Probably someone from work. Why?" "Don't," I said, standing. "I saw you. At the lake house." The air shifted, heavy with truth. She opened her mouth, closed it, then sank into a chair. "David, I..." "Don't lie." I snapped, louder than I meant. "You said he makes you feel alive. What am I, Lauren? Dead? I raised your kids, paid the bills, held you when you cried. And you..." My voice broke, tears burning. She looked down, twisting her wedding ring. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. "Jason, he's a doctor at the hospital. It started as nothing, just talking. But he listens, David. He sees me. And I don't." I shouted, slamming my hand on the counter. "I'm here every day, Lauren. Every damn day." "You're here, but you're not here," she said, tears spilling. "You're so focused on the kids, the house, work. I feel invisible. Jason makes me feel like I matter." Her words stung, a mix of guilt and rage. Had I failed her? Or was this her excuse? "So you cheat?" I asked, quieter now. "You break us instead of talking to me." "I tried," she said, voice shaking. "But you never heard me." Silence fell, thick and suffocating. I wanted to hate her, but love lingered, stubborn and cruel. "What now?" I asked finally. "I don't know," she admitted. "I love you, David, but I love him too. I'm so sorry." Her apology was hollow, a band-aid on a gaping wound. I walked out, needing air, needing anything but her face. The days that followed were a haze. We coexisted, polite strangers in a house full of memories. I slept on the couch, her footsteps above me a reminder of what I'd lost. The kids sensed it, their questions sharper, their hugs tighter. I met with a lawyer, a quiet woman who nodded as I poured out my story. "You adopted the kids," she said. "You have rights." But the thought of fighting Lauren, of dragging MIA and Noah through court, made me sick. I didn't want revenge, I wanted peace. One night, Lauren sat me down. "I'm moving out," she said, eyes red. "Jason has an apartment. I need to figure this out." "And the kids?" I asked, my throat tight. "They stay with you," she said. "You're their dad. Always have been." Her words were a gift and a curse. I'd keep my kids, but lose her completely. She left the next day, her suitcase small, as if 10 years fit so easily. MIA cried, Noah clung to my leg, and I held them, promising it would be okay, even as I broke inside. Months passed, slow and jagged. I learned to braid Mia's hair, helped Noah with math, found comfort in their laughter. Lauren visited, her presence a ghost of what was. She and Jason didn't last, ironic, but not satisfying. She apologized again, asked for forgiveness, but trust was ash, impossible to rebuild. I'm still healing, scars fresh but fading. The kids keep me grounded, their love a lifeline. I don't know if I'll love again, but I know I'm enough, for them, for me. The kitchen clock still ticks, but now it's just time, not a countdown to pain. And in that quiet, I'm finding myself, one broken piece at a time.